wait for people to come in first before I even say. Hello and welcome to the live for today. And it's been a few days since I last was live, but I had a little bit of a cold, so I could not go live. 1 second, just make sure my phone's not blowing up when I'm here. So, coronavirus is becoming widely scary, not just for the state of Florida that I am in, but all over the world. It is affecting millions of lives, and it is costing the country a shit ton of money. First of all, we should probably talk about last night's, address to the nation from the president. He too was talking. He too was talking about how he has suspended all travel to and from Europe. That does not include United Kingdom. So if you need to get to United or to Europe's whatever way, you could go through United Kingdom, I guess. For 30 days, starting at midnight on Friday, I believe. So if you're over there, you might want to get back. So basically, different airline companies are going to take a massive hit from this, like a huge hit from this. And I actually wrote down a list of things affected by this coronavirus. Everything they literally announced today. They announced a list a mile long of things that have been changed because of coronavirus. Let's start with the big one that just was announced a few minutes ago, actually, is Disneyland. Disneyland has announced that they will be closing for the rest of the month. That is a huge, huge thing. Disneyland and Disney World are huge billion-dollar companies, and I don't think I've ever seen Disneyland or even Disney World closed for anything except like hurricanes. So to have Disneyland closed for an entire month because of the coronavirus, that is a huge, huge thing. They're going to lose so much money. They're going to have to refund all those people their tickets and things like that back. So yeah. So yeah, Disneyland. Like I said, if you're planning to go at the end of the month to Disneyland in California, they will be closing, I think, starting tomorrow, I believe. Is it tomorrow? Let me look. I don't know exactly when they're closing, but they will be closing for the rest of the month. If I was Disney, I would take that time. Saturday morning, they will be closing, beginning Saturday morning through the end of the month. So we still have a good 2 weeks left in March. So for at least 2 weeks they'll be closed, and that's going to be a huge money loss. Huge disappointment for different kids that are looking forward to going. I look for Disney World to be closed too if Florida's outbreak is any worse than California's is. California has more of an outbreak than Florida does at the moment, but I can see them either restricting the park hours or closing early or just closing altogether for a little bit until this blows over. I see that being next now that Disneyland has confirmed. Also, if you're in Florida or you're from Florida, you know we have a golf championship that happens I think it's every year, called the Players. Yesterday it was open to the public, but for the remainder of the Players tournament, it will not be open to the public. So that's a bummer. Also, the NCCAA men's and women's college basketball games and tournaments have been canceled. That is huge. I know there's mostly everyone at my work are huge March Madness fans, and they're devastated. Like, I heard all about it literally all day from them. Also, if you're NASCAR fans like my father is, the NASCAR races, I think the next 2 weeks of races are going to be without without fans either. There are going to be no the stadium people, just the race car people. And then in New York, the New York governor has announced that he is prohibiting any gatherings of more than 500 people. That includes Broadway shows. So a lot of the Broadway shows have been canceled, and that is huge because they make so much money. So I look for this to get even more scary. What I mean by that is I look for the cruise lines to start canceling. I look for Disney World to close eventually. I also look for a lot of the concerts that are coming up to be canceled. And it's becoming pretty crazy. I know a lot of people are becoming sick. Even if you have just a flu, they immediately think coronavirus. So it's just becoming super, super media driven. The media has driven it out so much that they're just terrifying everyone. And I get it. You have to be concerned. You have to be, you have to, be a news person. But I think they're blowing it out of proportion. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. I saw the stock market had the lowest thing they ever had since like 1930 something. So that was from this. And the good thing is that gas is low because there's not a demand for it right now because no one's flying or driving anywhere. So there's not a demand for fuel. It's below $2. Is that like $1.98 up the corner for me? So that is another thing that is quite, I guess a good thing that came out of it. I also look for schools in the heavily affected areas to close. I know a lot of places in like New York, schools have went online. My area has not been hit yet. And what I mean by that is I live up in the northern section of Florida. So like Tampa has seen it. Miami has seen it. I think Orlando might have seen it already, but northern Florida hasn't really been hit hard with it. So there's been like one case in St. John's, and that was about it. So we haven't seen like a whole swoop of people yet that have come down with it. So we're hoping that we're going to be able to keep safe and that we don't get sick. And that's kind of what we're going for. I also work in a food industry, so we have had quite a couple policy changes. You have to wear gloves at all times. You have to wash your hands every like 5 minutes. I think probably if more people get sick and it becomes more severe, we're going to have to wear face masks. So yeah, the food industry is going to suffer a little bit from this because a lot of people aren't going out to eat because of all the people. There are a lot of people just staying home. So touristy areas and restaurants are going to take a hit from this. And we're not prepared for it because my restaurant already isn't as great in sales as some of our other competitors around. So I'm hoping that we don't get too bad of a hit from this. Also, I feel like airports are taking a huge economical hit from this too, a big economic loss. I know many flights were canceled and delayed, and it's crazy right now. This is the craziest virus I have ever been a part of in my life, or seen for that matter. It's how do I put it in words? The most kind of scariest to me. At first, I was not concerned with it. I was just like, okay, it's kind of like a flu, which it still is. It's not going to bother me. But then, so many people start getting sick, and all these events and these things have got canceled. And now Disneyland's closing for the whole month. Like, seriously, that to me is just mind blowing. How a few cases in the United States has turned out to close the entire country down, basically. Our whole country is basically shut down for March. March isn't happening, apparently, for us. So I feel like we're just going to have to stay very vigilant on this and just wash your hands, be safe, clean as much as you can, and eventually this virus will have nowhere to go, and hopefully it'll die out. Sorry, I'm looking at an update from my county. So I'm reading the update that already says posted. Our county was just saying they're suspending all gatherings until further notice. I want to see what the Dow or the stocks are at the moment. I think they stopped for the day though, right? The stocks are down almost. I don't know if you can see that. Almost 2,300 points. Wow. They're taking a huge hit from that. Jesus. So I'm just reading some of the things that are being said. It's about time, Princess Cruise. So Princess Cruises finally suspended and stopped their cruises among the outbreak, where a lot of the outbreak came from. I was wondering when they were going to do that. Oh, and then you heard Tom Hanks and his wife have it too now, which I think is kind of crazy. And a lot of movies have been postponed for openings too. It's crazy. So I'm hoping that this thing can blow over soon and people start getting better, but I don't know. I'm reading the Tom Hanks post. Well, Tom Hanks' son said that he appeared that they said they weren't even that sick, so hopefully. Senator Rick Scott is now being quarantined. This is nuts. Everyone's being quarantined. So yeah, it's crazy times right now. 2020 has not started out the way we wanted it to. We almost got into World War III. Kobe Bryant passed away. Now coronavirus outbreak. I mean, what else can happen in 2020 this year? Wow. We did not start off a good year. Man, I hope the rest of the year is not like this. Because if so, I want to leave. I just want to leave Earth entirely. Like, this is crazy. So, yeah, that's exactly what's happening at the moment. If anything else gets brought up for cancellations, I guess you can find that on your local news sites. If you guys want to hear more about what's happening on my channel, go ahead and like, subscribe, give me a thumbs up, and all that good stuff. Excuse me. I ate pizza for dinner, so, it's not liking me. But it was good. So, I got the hiccups now, though, man. Anyway, I'm going to go now. So, I hope you all have a wonderful day and a wonderful evening, wherever you're from. Please stay safe. Wash your hands. If you're sick, stay home. Don't cough on nobody. And I hope we can all get through this pandemic. And I hope to see you all later. Bye.